Good morning. I'm just gonna watch on my iPad to make sure of what you're seeing. But I don't know quite how that works. Yeah, this is my first time, so hang on just a sec. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm not sure why I can't see it on my iPad. Anyway, Nat, I know you're on. Would you, I'm not even gonna get your text. Okay, let's try this. So, I hope you can see okay. Welcome this morning. It's been an interesting morning already, hasn't it? We were gonna do an earlier chair yoga this morning, and they all are checking with family. I hope everything's okay. I'm imagining most of you felt the earthquake, at least those of you here in Utah. Just realized that my notes are on my phone and I'm recording from my phone, which is over there. So let's hope that I can remember. I'm obviously a little nervous. Go ahead and close your eyes. Sit up well. A few days ago, I posted from a friend I know that's actually in Wuhan, China. And she's in the midst of the epicenter. And one of the things that her husband asked her after she'd posted is, have you posted anything that's positive? And then she had the most glorious post of all these wonderful things that have been happening in her life. So close your eyes and breathe. Letting the breath move slowly in and out. Letting yourself find just a moment of peace. In the morning, sometimes it's easier. I don't know, with all the kids at home, if it is. Hopefully, you can have some of them join you. Let that breath be long and slow. I just have to tell you, it's a little weird to be sitting, talking to myself and not being able to see people on their yoga mats, watching their breathing and watching and feeling the calm. But there's definitely calm coming through. I feel it calming me down this morning. And we're just going to start with a couple rounds of Om. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to change. We're going to do the Saha Now, Vavatu chant. Some of you have never done this with me and you're going to think it's weird, and that's okay. Saha Now means let us together. And there's just different things that we want to do together. We want to bring this unity. There is so much goodness that is happening right now in our world. So go ahead and bring your hands to your heart center. we'll do a round of Om. We'll do the chant. I'll do a call and response so that I'll do a line and then we can do a line together. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. You're welcome to just listen. It's quiet here at my house. So bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale deeply. Exhale audibly. Oh, I think we need another one of those. And exhale audibly. And inhale to Om. Sahana Vavatu. Sahana Vavatu. Sahana Bunaktu. Sahana Bunaktu. Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Tejasvina Vahistamastu. Tejasvina Vahistamastu. Mavid Vishavahai. Mavid Vishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Pause, breathing deeply. Bow to your heart, to your intentions that are so good. With your eyes still closed, let the hands come to your lap and slowly wiggle and move. With your eyes closed, please try and just sense this sense of peace and calm that comes when we center, when we pull in. So often we have promptings, we have thoughts to go do things. The minute we don't do, we hold in and we don't move forward. I heard a quote that said it's when we die inside. And so today I ask that this morning for an hour, we spend time paying attention to how we feel, to what's going on. If we have thoughts that take us away, totally fine, no judgment, but just bring them back. Today, this morning, we're playing with our bodies, right? We're just wiggling on the mat. We're seeing how they're doing. We're seeing how they are. Keeping your eyes closed, maybe you're wiggling around. Go ahead and we call it in class a barrel roll. So the rib cage is back and forward and side to side and then make sure you go both directions. Okay, we want to be equal and even. And then go ahead and stretch your arms overhead, interlace fingers, reach them up. Turn your face up to the sky. We don't often take and stretch our necks, but go ahead and let them reach up. We have that range of motion, and it's perfectly fine to be able to do that. And go ahead and plant the right hand and come up and, oh yeah, side bend. Feel that, just that stretch, that reach. and then come up over and do the second side, and then go ahead and do a second round of those. I thought I'd be able to pull this up on my iPad and watch what's going on, but I'm not. Oh, I'm just getting some ideas. So anyway, obviously some people are seeing it and getting on. That was my biggest concern. Okay, then go ahead and switch. You notice I did to my hands and my knees, and I'm going to turn and face. And you totally can turn and face the left side of your mat. And continue to move. We're going to kind of do a little bit of a, you can tell it's cold down here. I still got my socks and my shirts on. Go ahead and just a big roll this way, coming forward and back, a little bit more into the hips, right? Letting that stretch, and then make sure you go both directions. Come the other side too, as well. The yoga studio where I teach at Lifted Life in Alpine closed the end of February. And I've been taking the last couple weeks and just doing yoga class, going to some of my favorite teachers, and I'll mention them here. Adam Ballinger in Salt Lake. A couple of online things, but also found the Purify Wellness Center in Pleasant Grove, which of course did close on Tuesday. But the thing that was so amazing was just being able to take yoga for a while. And I took 2 or 3 classes a day. I kind of overindulged, which made actually this week without yoga a little tougher. And I just was, on Tuesday, I was sitting in my house, kind of in my bed, just reading. Go ahead and take your right foot forward and just go forward and back, stretching and moving in those hips. And I had a friend text me, when are you going to start online? And at the same time, I had another friend who, very uncomfortable, kind of how I feel online. Go ahead and change legs. Said the same thing, or just started the same thing, and started an Instagram live. And as I watched her, the thought came again, you really can do this. So I sent this out, and here we go. So go ahead and plant those hands now. Work your way, just knees up off the mat. So you're kind of like you're trying to go back into your down dog, but you're not getting there. Stretch, bent knees, lengthen the spine. So the shoulders, they can come up, but then widen them away. And then reach your head towards the front side of your mat. Okay? And reach your sit bones towards where the wall meets the ceiling behind you. And just lengthen. So one of the thoughts that I had when I've done this is, I don't know if you remember the little Chinese handcuffs that you put your fingers in on either tube, and it's a woven tube, and then you pull, and as you pull, you can't get your fingers out, and it lengthens. That's what I'd like you to feel like in your spine. Top of your head towards the front of the mat, sit bones towards the ceiling, lengthening, and then feel the tighten, the waistline. Roll through those shoulders. So ideally, I'd be able to see what you were doing. We might work into that kind of a format. Stretch up. Reach it forward. Finding that stretch, and then go ahead and do the other side. Left leg down, reach up, over. And then go ahead, will you bring your right foot forward? So your right foot is facing, actually it's going to be your left foot, because then you can watch me. I haven't been married for a couple weeks. So left foot forward, come in to just a regular warrior 2. Line up your heels, and work your way up. Okay, come up in and out of this pose. One of the things that I've really been working on in my own healing process, as I've healed from a hip injury, is this idea of moving in and out, of being okay to kind of wiggle around and get a little squirrely with our bodies, right? Go ahead, and it's going to be your right hand down, reach up and take the reverse. Feel that stretch all along that left side of the body.
And then all 10 toes are turning towards me. Go ahead and even them up. They won't be on the mat. And just bend and stick your rear end out. And then we're just gonna work shoulders here. So just right shoulder in, and then left shoulder. And then right shoulder. Close your eyes for a moment here. We don't really need to see when we do this one. Okay. Come in and out of a little bit of a squat. Letting that shoulder round, and then pulling it back and doing the same thing with the other side. And then we're gonna turn and face your right foot forward, right? Come down, it's just your warrior two that we just were in, and you're gonna come in and out of this one as well. Straighten it up, come down. So it's kind of like in and out of a Trikonasana, triangle, warrior two. Stretching it back, ooh, feel those hips. And then reverse. Staying in the lunge, reverse it back, open it up. And I want you to really stretch through this. It's gonna be your right rib cage, the back side. Go ahead and put your forearm down. I promise we'll get one on the other side. Stretch it up and over. On this, would you try and get this left rib cage up so that the right rib cage has some room to kind of move forward, shoulders pull onto the back. And then again, come forward. Take it up this time. So we're gonna find a couple times through class today where we come up here and we realize that you've taken the opportunity, I've taken the opportunity to move our bodies. It's always a good thing when we get that prompting to follow through with it. Spin that left foot out, come down. We want to get our arm on here and get that side stretch. Reach it. The right arm is stretching. Pull those shoulders down, and remember this right rib cage, see if you can get it to go up. And if it goes up, then you actually can turn into the waistline. And then go ahead and plant those hands in downward facing dog. Walk through your feet. We're still in a warm-up phase. So walking through, and please, 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 if you find that you need more warm-up than what I'm giving you, you take your time. This is your practice. Take your feet as wide as your mat, and you're just gonna do a little figure eight with your hips. So they'll go right, forward, you kind of tuck under. You'll feel that in your mid-back, left, and then up. And then right, maybe this isn't a figure eight just yet, okay? But take it to a figure eight. Left, back, forward, right, back, forward, left. Just opening those hips. We store a lot of tension in there. Make sure you do both sides, okay? And then let's go ahead and bring the feet back together. Inhale, lift that right leg up. Stretch it. Go ahead and open the hip. Ooh, because we can, and bend the knee and then close it. Make sure you understand the difference between an open hip and a closed hip. That closed hip, that inner thigh is reaching towards the sky. Yeah. The heel, you notice I'm flexed. Bring the other heel up and down. And then step, bringing this knee right underneath you, step the right foot forward again. This time coming up into a regular lunge, so you'll be facing still the left side of the room. Did I say right again on you guys? I am so sorry. Spin that back heel, come into a warrior two. Okay, do the reverse again. And this time come back, straighten, Trikonasana. So your left foot's forward, then you can see me. Turn all 10 toes forward. Move side to side. And then heels in, toes out, come down. So we're gonna do some little pulsing here. I'd like you to feel pressure in both of your feet. Hug in towards not only the center line, but up towards the pelvic floor. So there's just this action. And as that action comes, sit a little deeper. Come up, maybe rest those legs. Come back down, hug it in, up, sit a little deeper. Go ahead and come back up, hug it in, and sit a little deeper. Beautifully done. Windmill the arms to the right side of your mat. Downward facing dog. Walk through your feet again. Stretching out. Inhale, lift that left leg. It's my left leg, it's your right leg, but if you did the right leg before, do the left leg now. Open the hip, close it. Open it, close it. One more, open, ooh, close it, and feel that inner thigh. Reach up towards the sky. Bring the knee underneath. Step it forward. Regular lunge. So you're on your right foot forward, unless you did your right foot last time. We'll even it up, and then Debbie will get her mouth going right. Go ahead and wobble through this and stretch and feel, and then spin. Warrior two. Straighten. Triangle pose. And then all 10 toes face forward in a forward fold. When you're here, make sure that your heels step wider than your feet, wider than the balls of your feet. Walk your hands forward, lengthen through the body. Bend the knees, lift the heels. Stretch the heels back down as you keep lifting through the sit bones. Pull back into a down dog. Stay there and breathe. Inhale, bring the body partway up, halfway up, okay? Turn, left heel, left foot facing this left side of your mat. I'm getting it. And go ahead and plant the hands, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your left leg up. I got it right. Open the hip. And if you want, if this just feels like you want to feel this freedom, flip it into a wild thing. Right hand plants, outside of right foot, left foot plops. Open it up. Oh, yeah. Breathe. And then come all the way back. Three-legged down dog. Left leg is lifted. Bring the knee underneath your chest. Reach it up. Plant the foot. Spin the heel. Warrior two. I'm getting warm. How about you? Open. Stretch. Forearm on the thigh. Lengthen. Straighten out the front leg. Open. Trikonasana and hold. Breathe. Smile. Feel your body. Notice what it's doing. What is it saying to you right now? I think it's saying thank you. Go ahead. Bend that front knee. So this is kind of one of my funky things that I created. Down dog in a warrior two stance. So my warrior two stays. The thing you want to be really careful of is not letting that whole left hip go back. Bring your hands into a down dog. Lengthening through your spine. Tucking under that left sit bone. Pulling that under so that the left knee can go wide. Lengthen your spine. Remember that Chinese handcuffs. Okay, sit bones are reaching, although that left sit bone's curling under, so it's just reaching and lengthening. And then turn all 10 toes forward again. This time come halfway up, then go ahead and take a forward fold. Fold it in and down. You can plant your head. Now if you comfortably get your head to the floor, you notice that I do, with the flexibility, then this is what you do. You walk your heels in and your toes in, and you fold it a little down more so that that's a little bit tougher. We can always challenge ourselves. Take an inhale, lengthen. Then go ahead. Left foot turns out. We're going to windmill the arms all the way over back to a down dog. And it was your right foot, sorry. Right side of the mat. Let's do our first vinyasa. High plank. Knees down, everyone. Let's do 5 of these little pulses. 1, up. 2, up. 3, notice my head is not beating anything else down. Neither are my hips. I'm a plank. Last one, downward facing dog. Breathing deeply. Letting that breath start and the blood flow pump through your body. In down dog, it's your right leg. Inhale, open it. Open the hip or lift it. Close the hip. Open the hip. Close the hip. And then because we can, plant that left hand, spin that left foot, plop, and open it up to the sky. Wild thing. Come all the way back, three-legged down dog. Feel the inner right thigh lift up. Knee comes underneath the body, round, and then step that. It's your right foot forward. Spin the back heel, and here's our funky down dog in a warrior two stance. Breathe, lengthen. Feel that right hip. The right sit bone curls under here. Okay, we're lengthening through that body. Find the top of the head. Feel the tailbone and the sit bones. Feel the length and then tighten through the waistline. All 10 toes face forward, and this time, face them forward. I always try to align my feet on the mat so that my hips can work evenly. Turn the heels in, goddess pose. Come all the way up, hands here, and then bring them to here. Again, we're feeling all that energy without really, people could tell because of maybe the lines in your feet, but I'd like you to feel that hug up and straighten the legs and just lengthen it up, reach through the arms, and then come back down, resisting, but we're gonna do about 5 of those. Come all the way up, lifting, stretching, taking energy from the earth, pulling it up through our body, letting it go. Come back down, come back in, stretch it up, reach, lengthen, come back. Here's 3, maybe 4, I lose count sometimes. And back down. And here we come again, hug it in, reach it up. Each one of us has this amazing gift of this body. I spent decades, and I literally mean decades. Okay, go ahead and turn, toes in, heels are a little deeper, take a side bend. Over to your right, come all the way up. Years complaining about the size of my hips, the shortness of my legs. Come back over to the right. Any more? I've gotten a little wiser. Back up and over. I'm so grateful this body can move. It's such a gift. Come back up. Open. Okay, I don't usually do this much class. But you have to see what I'm doing, and I'm getting a little gaspy. Bring the hands to heart center. Slowly, just work heel, toe, step, till you come to the center of your mat, facing forward, just because I set the mat at a crazy angle today. Find those feet, just wiggle through those toes. Feel such a sense of gratitude. Last September, I broke this left ring toe. And oh my gosh, I couldn't do so much, but there was a lot I could do. But I feel so grateful that I always have to, every yoga practice, wiggle my toes to just feel. There's so much more going right than is going wrong. A friend this morning posted something about God saying, hey, let me take this coronavirus and just shake it up a bit. I thought it was very clever. Sweep those arms up. Take a forward fold. Bend those knees if you need to. Round it down and in. Come up halfway. Put your hands on your thighs. I'm going to turn sideways. You can face forward. What I really want to get is the length in your spine with a little curl in your low back, right? We have that curl. A little curl here in your neck. This is reaching up. The head is reaching up, and I'm doing the Chinese fire drill again. From the sit bones to the top of my head, going in both directions, tightening all that waistline. Find the feet, root them into the ground. Find weight not only on the outside of the foot, but also on the inside. And feel as if your thighs are pulling back from the inside. That's going to give you a little bit more stretch in that hamstring. And then go ahead and turn. Face the left side of your mat. Plant your hands, downward facing dog. Bring your knees to the floor. Sit back into a child's pose. Make sure your head is on a mat, a block, a blanket, a pillow. Breathe deeply. Let that breath be long and slow. And then in your mind, feel the abundance that is starting to bubble up because of the movement you've done with your body this morning. Take some deep breaths. If this is all you did today, work-wise, just paying attention, it isn't going to be, we know that. But if this is what you could just focus on for this short period of time, your day will be better. You will develop the skills to overcome hard things, to enjoy the little things, and celebrate all of those. So let's run through. We're going to go side to side. We'll vinyasa, which is a high plank, a chaturanga, an up dog, and a down dog on both sides, going back and forth for the next little bit. Okay, I wanted to be sure and be done by 10:30 so that you guys, I know you have kids around the house. Okay, so follow along with me. If I get gaspy, I'm sorry. I don't usually have to talk and do. Plant those hands. Actually, let's step to the front of this mat. Come all the way up. Wiggle and shake them out. Reach up. Take a little back bend, and this time again, let the chin reach up, curling back, opening up. Bring the hands through the heart. Take a forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Wherever your hands need to be, find that same back we just found. The sit bones, the head, the Chinese handcuffs, the tightening. I just have friends that tell me, well, when I tighten, there's just all this jiggly stuff still. I understand that jiggly stuff. I got some too. It's okay, right? You're still tightening the core, around the spine, around the organs. Such a valuable tool. Plant those hands, step back, downward facing dog. Let's just do a vinyasa because we can. High plank, and so that we know what it is. You can always, always, always bring the knees to the floor. But if you can keep your shoulders and your body in this gorgeous line, okay, come all the way down and then curl it up. Oh, feel the shoulders. There's one of our first back bends. We should stay here for a moment. And then turn the toes, lift your hips first. Let your bum go up. And then push down and forward with the hands gliding back. Shoulders up by the ears. We don't want them there, but we want to move them there, and then we want to feel them move away from the ears. Inhale, lift that left. Open it up. Go ahead and flip it if you'd like to. Wild thing. It's always just a fun, here I am world. Come all the way back. Take it up, inner thigh lifting. Bring the knee underneath your body. Step it all the way forward with your hands. Regular lunge. Come all the way up. This is more of a wobble sometimes. It's okay. Come up. This back thigh is always lifting back. So we don't come down and just sag. We lift. And then we come down. It's a little harder. Spin the back heel. Warrior two. We like warrior two because we know where we go. We know this pose well. Reverse the warrior. Right hand down. Reach it back. Come all the way back. Forearm to the thigh. Lengthen it up. Reach it forward. Come to our down dog. With your arms. Stretch. Straighten out the leg. Come into triangle pose. So, make sure, I have to watch really carefully. My knees love to lock. Teachers that know me know that. Push down. You're still feeling this hug up that reaches through your spine and lengthens you out. Then go ahead and bend that knee. Reach the arm. You're going to take yourself all the way up. Here, Open it up. Here I am, world. All we can do is offer all we have right now. Spin the heels in, turn the toes out, goddess pose. Wiggle that goddess. Go pulse the elbows. Stretch, arms back as if you're reaching, you're coming through a door jamb and your arms are stuck. Reach the chest forward, but the arms are moving back. Windmill the arms to the right side of your back. Downward facing dog. Go ahead and vinyasa. High plank. Your chaturanga. Knees down if you want. Curl it open. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath or two. Lengthen the spine. Chinese handcuffs with the spine. Reaching, lengthening, tightening. Inhale, take that right leg up. Open the hip, close the hip. Open it, spin if you'd like to. Left hand down, left foot spins. Open it up to wild thing. Stretch and reach. Here I am, world. Come all the way back. Three-legged down dog. Inner thigh reaches up. Bring that foot underneath the chest. Step it forward. Regular lunge. Come all the way up. Stretch. Reach. This back thigh is lifting so that I can come lower in this thigh. Spin the back heel. Smile. It's Warrior Two. What is it about Warrior Two that's just... Reverse the warrior. Come on. Stretch. Bring that forearm to the thigh. Reach the other way. And from here, down dog arms. Again, find that Chinese handcuff feeling. Now this right hip is hugging under, so that it's the tailbone and that left sit bone that are reaching while they're hugging under, and it's a tug of war. It is opposite action. Our body works so well in opposition when we use the opposing muscles. Go ahead from here, straighten the leg, triangle pose, Trikonasana. This left rib cage is reaching up. We talked about that once when we were warming up. Breathe. Bend the knee, reach it over. From here, you're coming all the way up. Boom, boom. Reach the arms, hands to the heart, heel toe, the feet, the heels in. Come down into a goddess pose with the hands in prayer position. Close your eyes and breathe. Breathing deeply. Beautifully done. Thanks, Kristen. She says that if I'm near, because it's on the video, I didn't know that. I bet you figured that out yesterday morning. Go ahead. We're windmilling. Is it to your right? I'm assuming. To your right. Plant those hands. Downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, curl it open. Downward facing dog. Find that Chinese fire drill, right? Not fire drill, they're handcuffs. Chinese fire drill will have us running around with our heads cut off. Sit bones one direction. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Knees to the floor, child's pose. Breathing deeply, feeling the abundance of the work we've done. The increased heart rate. Our bodies love increased heart rates when we're working physically. Because when we do it when we're physically, we take our breath, so take your breath right now and reduce that heart rate. And know that if you can do it when you're physically doing yoga, a practice that is requiring you to move, that you can do it if you're sitting still, feeling anxious, feeling alone. I think one of the, oh my gosh, a little bit of emotion there, but one of the things that's been the hardest for me is I don't have kids at home. My out and away, my teaching yoga, my doing yoga
has been my interaction with people. And I don't have that as much. And so it is, all you young mothers are going, I can't wait for that. And I know, I felt the same way. But it's been a little harder because of that. And because there really isn't a lot to get done. I'm highly efficient, and so I get it done, and then I have this time. So, if you're okay, we'll run through that one more time. We're going to add 2 things onto it, okay? Let's do those 2 things first on both sides, and then we'll put it all together so that we can be done, okay? So, the first one is Ardha Chandrasana, okay? I'm on my right leg. I'm assuming with Kristen's text that you are too. Okay, so step your right leg forward. You notice I have a block. You can use a couch, you can use a chair, if you have a block handy. If you don't have a block and you know me, we can get you a block, okay? We can get you all sorts of props if you need to. Standing on, okay, I'll come up as high as I can. Make sure the block goes not only out, but over to the side, okay? And then step onto it. I love coming into Ardha this way. It is so beneficial for this right leg to come up and push open. So finding that right rib cage, oh, it's your left rib cage, opening up. Sorry, we'll get this worked out. Okay, so that's one. The other one is then to change the block or bring both hands to the floor. You're squaring the hips. We've been working on this most of class, the understanding of that open and close. This inner back thigh is lifting up. Okay, you might be here. If you're here for this, perfect. If you're here for this because your balance is so wobbly, kind of like mine, then you're here, but you can still feel that inner thigh reaching, right? And then just see if you can come down. Maybe both knees need to bend a little bit. Totally still can reach the inner thigh. In fact, it's easier. Okay, so you'll do not only both sides, we'll do the first one again. We'll do this on the other side too. Open it, Ardha Chandrasana. Close it. It's a twisting Ardha Chandrasana or a Warrior 3 if you don't want to twist. A twist would take your body that way. Go ahead now, you'll step to the regular lunge. Okay, that's where it's going to come in. Let's go do the other side. Start in down dog, because there's something about making yourself be down and lift away from gravity that is so beneficial for us, okay? So plant those hands, downward facing dog. And I'm working on my left leg. Inhale, take that left leg up. Open it. Close it. Bring it all the way through. So all that is the same. Step it forward. Block about 1.5 feet forward and out to the side. Come up, come down, and just press up. Ardha Chandrasana. Now, if this is pretty easy for you, you can totally take this arm up. Oh, there I go. And even look to the sky, which totally messes with your balance, okay? Then, you notice I'm grabbing the couch. I strategically placed myself. Spin those hips. Inner thigh reaches. Find that reach, okay? Even if you've got both legs bent, okay, even if you're here, come down a little bit, bend both knees. Inner thigh reaches, okay? And then you're stepping back to our regular lunge. Okay, back to this side, plant those hands. Let's go all the way through it. Breathe. Take a couple of breaths. Tuck my shirt in. Beautiful work. Pause for a moment. Plant those hands, downward facing dog. Let's do a vinyasa. Inhale, high plank. Find even here the Chinese handcuffs working. Yeah, lower down. Even here, Chinese handcuffs. Even here, Chinese handcuffs. Back to down dog. Stretch. Inhale, lift that right leg, open the hip, close the hip, open it again, spin it, and if you'd like to, third wild thing of the morning, stretch it up. Come all the way back. Stretch, inner thigh reaching. Bring the foot all the way through, Ardha Chandrasana. Come up, stretch. Now I've been working on trying to find the balance, okay? You work
where you're at. Breathe. Spin the heels or the hips. Reach it up. Find that inner thigh reaching. If you want to take a twist, you can, but you're totally fine just staying here. Step it back. Regular lunge. Reach it up. Back thigh lifts. Come down deeper. Spin the back heel. Warrior two. Reverse that warrior. Stretch it up. Parsvakonasana. The option is forearm on the thigh or fingers to the floor. Reach it long. Downward facing dog. Arms. Breathing deeply. Inhale and exhale. Straighten out the front leg. Triangle pose. None of the feet, none of the knees are locking. Reach it. If you want, you can look it up. Breathe. Come back. Come through. All 10 toes. Turn the palms. Reach up. This is you. This is your practice. Hands through the heart. Turn the heels in. Come down. Goddess pose. All that work that we talked about going on. Windmill the arms. Other side. Plant those hands. Downward facing dog and vinyasa. High plank. Find the Chinese handcuffs. Lower down. Chinese handcuffs. Curl it open. Chinese handcuffs. Downward facing dog. They're here too. Inhale. Lift that left leg. Open. Close. Wild thing if you want. Spin. Reach it up. Stretch. Oh, feel that body. Come all the way back. Inner thigh lifts. Bring it all the way through Ardha Chandrasana. Here we go. Come in. Come to a ball and unfold. Isn't that what life's all about? I've been listening and studying a little bit about different things. Life is messy. We're living right now in messiness. Square those hips. Inner thigh lifts and reach. If you want to take the twist, you may. Breathe. I know that Amber's probably taking some clasps here. Well done. Stretch it back. Reach it up. Back thigh lifts as you come deeper in the pose. So we can come deeper in the pose without the back thigh lifting. That's how I injured hips. So don't let that happen. Reach. Spin the heel. Here we are, warrior two. Again. Reverse. Parsvakonasana. Forearm can be on the thigh. Fingers can be to the floor. Find that reach. Down dog with the arms. Stretch it long. Remember that left sit bone is curling under. You're trying for the Chinese handcuffs, but that's so hard to do with that left hip. Straighten the leg. Both legs. Trikonasana. When you straighten them, these sit bones right here go that direction, that corner. Not straight back that way. They go to the corner because then this rib cage can open and you can get a full side body stretch. And breathe. Well done. Go ahead. Did I forget something? I don't think so. Come all the way back. Inhale, walk your hands forward. Come to where the heels are clear up off. Bend those knees, reach those hips back. Downward facing dog. If you're on the carpet like I am, scoot your hands back a little bit so that you can take the weight into your heels, into your legs. Turn the heels in. Come through goddess. Hands at the heart. Go ahead and hug all that up, and while that hugs up, come a little lower. Breathing deeply. One last vinyasa. Go this direction. Boom. High plank. Chinese handcuffs. Lower down. Chinese handcuffs. Curl it open. Chinese handcuffs. Downward facing dog. Chinese handcuffs. Knees to the floor. Child's pose. Breathing deeply. Inhale. Make sure your head's on something. Your breath should take a few minutes to calm a little bit. Beautifully done.
So I have to tell you that once you start moving, and I mean really moving after the few first goofs and stuff, it feels so good to be teaching, to be sharing. I do wish I could see each one of your bodies in this class. And we'll get to do that again sometime. Take some deep breaths. Go ahead and sit up. Let's do a few ab things and then come down. I'm actually going to turn my mat so that it faces you. If you want to do that, it might be a little easier. I'm still going to say, wait, I'm showing you what I'm doing to the side so that you can see it. So if you've just moved your mat, totally fine. So come all the way down, boat pose, right? Gotta pull my pants up. Okay, come here. Go ahead and hug on to here. Now we've got like 4 options. Here, 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 here. You find what's right for you. So with my hip injury, when I go here, this left hip, there's a pain in there that it's not worth going through. So you won't find me just holding here. But I can hold here and not have the pain, okay? So that's what you're looking for. Flex your feet and try to you'll notice that the outside edge of your foot comes more forward. Try to push that inside. We've been working that inside thigh, okay? We've been working on getting that going, okay? Go ahead and hold on for this first one because then I want your back to go long. Navasana, boat pose. Breathe, okay? We're gonna come in and out of this. So I'm gonna do it all the ways. So you can come here, hold it in, and come back up and hold it, okay? Coming back down, hug it in, coming back up and holding it. Totally fine. You can do it here, coming in, okay? This time the feet come up here and you have to hold. You notice that's a lot harder to do, right? Okay, so that one would be in. Our feet go straight, they come up and they hold you up, okay? Here, you can go this way and back in, and this way and back in, or you can do this way and come back up. You notice I won't do that one, okay? So 5, I know you're like, Debbie, we've already done. I know, it's okay. Go in and come back. Go in, here's 2. Breathe, 3, inhale, exhale, 4, and up. I might have done 6. Back and up and plant those feet. Hug it in, round as much as you can. Forehead to the knees. Beautifully done. Okay, the next one we're gonna do is on your backs. Okay, if you have a block, you can put it between your thighs. If not, you can do it without. Mine's clear over there, I'm not gonna go get it. So here, palms up, it's our hover twists. If you've been in any of my classes, we're here. Take the knees to the right, squeeze that block, or if not, pretend block. My head goes left while the knees go right. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, knees go left, look right. Inhale, bring it up. To the right, look left. Now, I am not pulling the shoulder down. What I'm pulling is this rib cage, the opposite direction. It gives much better twist. Come back up. Okay, that's 2 both sides. 3 more. Back up and take it left and back up and take it right and back up and take it left. 1 more each side. To the right and up, to the left and up, and happy baby. Hold here, pull the knees towards the floor and your armpits. Totally can hold here if you're really tight. You can hold here if you're really tight. You can hold outside of the foot.
just get those knees to move. And sometimes this takes me a little bit, and so go ahead and roll to the right to get that knee down, and then pull to the left, and that right one's probably going to come up, but just a little back and forth. And then we're going to do pigeon on our back. I want you to be able to see it. So right foot comes over left thigh, and just hug that in, flexing both feet. Reach, stretch. I can get really close with this. Just come where you are. If you have to pull here, it's okay, but I want you to see what happens to my shoulders. If I have to reach through here, my shoulders are here. I've now rounded this part of my spine. I can't get that Chinese handcuff feel of the stretch that way and here because I'm trying to find that even here. Breathe, reach. Change legs. Flex both feet. You can totally be here or here. Find that length. You'll never look at Chinese handcuffs the same. I don't even know if you can still find them. But it's what you want to feel happening in your body as you lengthen your spine. Go ahead and bring knees. Take them all the way to the right. Stretch back to the left. Our final twist. Wring it out. The knees go all the way to the floor. I again am not, you see that my shoulder's on the floor, but I'm starting with this. I'm trying to pull the rib cage around. That's a better twist here. And then the shoulder's going to come. So just find that stretch and that reach. Breathing deeply. Inhale back up. Exhale all the way to the left. Again, hand on the rib cage. Pull the ribs to the right. Oh, that's such a great twist. And open it up. Breathing deeply. And then work your way into your Shavasana. If you feel like you need to do a bridge pose, please, and if you're like, Debbie, I don't know what a bridge pose is, then just plant those feet, plant the elbows, lift, shoulders together. The back of the head pushes, my elbows push, my heels push, and I lift up. I am not thrusting with my hips up, okay? I'm trying to keep little pockets right here still. I'm lengthening my spine. So if you feel you need a little, and if you want to go into an inversion, a handstand, a headstand, a shoulder stand, fish pose is another one that is pretty easy to do. Coming more to the crown of the head. Oh, I got a hair elastic, yeah. And then lifting up. Okay, keeping that nice little back bend in the spine. That can be done with your knees also bent. Come all the way out. Tuck your chin. Let everything relax. I'll find that sometimes my low back, so I'll pick up my hips and tuck the tailbone. Work your way into Shavasana. I think you can still see me there. Beautifully done. Letting everything go. You'll still have thoughts come. As they come, just kind of go, oh, nice thought, but I'll think about you later. You have, I will get my Evernote app onto my iPad. I don't have it on there. That's where my notes are on my phone. But breathe. Let the breath be long and slow. Feel the effects of your
body moving, breathing, paying attention to it. Yoga is not the yoga poses. It's not getting a handstand. It's not a really open pigeon pose, an intricate arm balance. Yoga is about removing the stuck places in our bodies, in our minds, and in our souls. It's coming together with all three of those. When we are isolated, like most of us are, when work is limited, when we worry about finances, we pull in. That's the intrinsic thing for us to do, is to pull in, to become smaller, to be less noticeable. We feel small. Moving our body and breathing opens us up. Taking a moment to say, hey, is my spine lengthening like she's mentioning? To do those kind of things gives us the opportunity to expand outward, to remove the stuck places. Letting the breath flow, inhaling and exhaling. And then coming to a place where you really aren't focusing, and I'll stop talking for just a couple minutes, where you really are just on your mat. You might have noise around you. It's okay. Deepen your breath. Begin to bring awareness. Just let it trickle back in. Feel the effects of your ankles, your feet, your knees, your hips, your thighs and calves and shins, your waistline, your pelvic area, the belly, the low back, the glutes, the waistline, the rib cage, shoulders and chest, hands and fingers and wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, armpits, neck, head, and slowly and gently begin wiggling little pieces of. You'll notice if you were watching that I often do a seated Shavasana. You are always welcome to do that. May I suggest you prop up to do so that your body really can sit. It's a great place to segue right into maybe a meditation. But you can also do your meditation in Shavasana. I would hope that right now you'll take, just as we end, that you'll take this moment to just feel this abundance that has bubbled up inside you as you've moved and breathed and honored this body, this life, this craziness. Slowly from your back, bend your knees, let yourself go over onto your side. From your side, work your way to a seat. And in this seat, close your eyes, but just wiggle for a moment. We'll end with a round of Om and an Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Okay? My thought is that I'll do this again on Friday morning. My gift to you, if you would like, let me know, comments, things that you would like to see me do. I've already got some comments from, they're my daughters. They're like, can we do it at night? That's a possibility. I'm kind of here. So, if you want, I can put in just my Venmo. And I'm just going to do it by donation. If things are really hard for you right now, please just enjoy yoga. But this week, Friday will be free too. My gift. Take some deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. If there's a better time, please don't say 5:30 in the morning. I love sleeping in. For the first time in 20 years, I'm able to sleep in. But I'll maybe consider one day a week doing something like that. So just get back to me. Go ahead and bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale deeply. Exhale audibly. Inhale to Om and then a Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let there be peace in me, Shanti. Let there be peace in my community. And let me take peace everywhere I go. Namaste. Thank you for making this so delightful for me. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Adios.